Welcome back. We have Mark Bertoli joining us from Abbott Wealth Management on this Wednesday afternoon. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, how are things in your world?
Oh, it's snow on top of the hills.
Yes.
Winter's coming.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Mark's a snowmobiler, that's why he's excited. Yeah, good. There's lots of us outdoor enthusiasts. I'm looking forward to some skiing. We're talking today a little bit about our economy in the wake of last Tuesday's election.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple of slides we're going to share as well.
Well, we had the Trump effect week one, and this is, I guess, the Trump effect part two.
Quickly,
and how it affects us.
How are the markets doing? I know that some international markets dived right away. The American markets went up. Where are we now a week later?
You know, here we are, and we're up further. We've had a little bit of pullback. I just had a conversation with one of our managers in Eastern Canada this morning. Pretty optimistic about the economy over the next 16 to 18 months. So, yeah, that's not a bad thing at all.
No, not at all.
We're going to talk about that a little bit.
Okay, let's hit the first slide that we have here. What's next from The Simpsons? Yes, we're talking about the animated character.
The Simpsons.
Yes.
Well, ironically, I guess we're going to have to start watching them a little closer, because there was an episode back in 2000 where they actually predicted that Trump was going to be president. It was a joke in 2000 that Trump was going to be the president of the United States.
And look what happened.
There you go. So maybe we better, you know, maybe
Pay more
not
attention?
just, just a comedy.
Yeah, that's right. It predicts the future, so to speak.
On here, Trump and the Canadian interest rates. So I want to try to explain how he can, and the economic policies in the States can affect Canadians and us and our mortgages and so on. So Trump has done a couple of things. He's lowering taxes, reducing the amount of regulation, and now it's almost a democratic thing where he wants to stimulate the economy through infrastructure spending and government intervention. So what that could do is that could actually stimulate to the United States economy to the point that it causes inflation. And now, if there's inflation and activity in the economy is one of the things that the Fed actually watches and will determine with their monetary policy that they may raise interest rates to cool the economy down. We're at historic lows now, and the Federal Reserves are looking for reasons to raise interest rates. And so lowering the interest rate has a positive effect on the economy, and they like to have that tool in their toolbox. So if something happened in the economy now, you can't go much lower for interest rates. So they want to raise them back up to more normal level. So the next thing that happens, the bond markets are double the size of the stock markets. So over the last week or so, we've had bond prices go down because the yields or the interest rate of the bonds has gone up. Well, how's that affect Canadians? Number one, mortgage rates are linked to the bond market. So if you see interest rates go up in bonds, probably you're going to start to see upward pressure there. Non-fixed rates or variable rate mortgages are linked to the Bank of Canada. Federal Reserve in the United States is the counterpart. So if you see the Federal Reserve raise interest rates, you may see the Bank of Canada follow if our economy follows on. So we're at low interest rates right now. You should be talking to your mortgage broker and thinking about whether you want to lock in or not.
Do you think this is a bigger indication than a couple of years ago? They said the same thing. Interest rates are going to go up. They're going to go up.
Well, they didn't go up because we didn't have the growth in the economy.
But now,
right,
we could see that.
Right,
a changeover of political regime,
and the stimulus that's going to go into the U.S. economy, which is also good for Canada. So, if we can bring up the next slide, our finance minister discussed that he was looking for a win-win situation with the United States. We're negotiating softwood lumber, and also we were just awarded by the World Trade Organization that country of origin stickers had to come off of our beef products or meat products in the United States. The States hasn't done it yet. So Trump is also talking about NAFTA. But on the positive side, Keystone XL is now back, the pipeline is now back on the table.
Right.
So, I mean, there's some positive things for Canada in this as well. So, you know, we're kind of after that. Now, interestingly, Mark Carney just came out in a speech and Trump attacked the Federal Reserve for keeping interest rates, what he calls artificially low. And if you look back over all the elections the last 100 years in the States, there's never been an interest rate increase in the year previous to an election, because that slows the economy. And if the economy's slowing and there's an election, that's not good for the incumbent.
Yeah.
So maybe he has a point. I don't know. Mark Carney's a pretty smart guy. I have a lot of respect for. So there's a great amount of reasons why they do what they do with monetary policy.
We'll have to wait and see. I hate saying that, but the next few months could be very interesting in terms of where things go.
Yeah, people are pretty optimistic in the markets, though, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, all right. Out of time, Mark, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you.
If you have any questions for Mark Bertoli, abbottwealth.com, the phone number on the screen as well. We're back in 2 minutes.